Welcome to the Empowered Spirit Show. This is your host, Terry Ann Hyman. I'll explore the connection to the human spirit in a way that helps to navigate your life, including crisis. I am passionate about helping you to open up to your intuition and the metaphysical world of spirit to find your confidence in your own inner guidance. Take a pause, be inspired, learn ways to show up focused, centered, and more dynamic in your everyday life.
Welcome back to the Empowered Spirit Show. Thank you so much for tuning in and joining me today. This episode is being sponsored by Ritual and Shelter. Are you looking for a magical place to shop and hold space? Check out Ritual and Shelter online or in Homewood, Alabama. Browse through their bookshelves covering topics such as energy healing, crystal healing, Reiki, chakras, auras, the Akashic Records, shadow work, astrology, and earth-based healing. You can also find herbal teas and tinctures alongside their crystals and oils to help establish a mindful mindset and fluid ambience before meditation, ritual work, and reflection. Ritual and Shelter is dedicated to providing one-on-one, in-depth conversations with customers to help them find the most efficient healing methods and resources that match their unique interest and energy. They offer tarot sessions, Reiki, sound bowl, and crystal healing, and now they are offering witch consultations. Visit ritualshelter.com to book an appointment and bring peace back to the body, mind, and spirit. You can also find them on Instagram at Ritual Shelter Shop, as well as Pinterest at Ritual Plus Shelter. As this podcast goes to air, we've moved through the April full moon. Mercury is stationed to go direct now. Venus is still retrograde and doing a little dance with Saturn. Neptune, big time talk about right now. Neptune has entered Aries for the first time since 1861. We've had solar flares and an expanding of consciousness. All this Saturn energy, let's just make a note about this, because Saturn with that Venus energy is about our relationships, our money, our finances, our beauty, asking us to take a look. And it can feel a little like separation, loneliness, isolation if we're not really dealing with it. But all of this energy shows us that we are on a precipice of change. We are on a precipice to create a whole new earth, as Eckhart Tolle talks about. And if we aren't aware of what's going on, we can feel raw, vulnerable. Actually, we can feel raw and vulnerable even if we are aware, because there's so many changes going on. This past full moon brought in so much light to awaken, to shine light on those shadows. And sometimes we just want to stuff the shadows down, but it isn't a time about stuffing it anymore. It's about waking up, opening up to your light, your energy, and allowing yourself to feed that new part of you. What are your dreams that you want to step into? What new part of you is starting to come forward? That's the part that we want to shine light on and feed and understand and uncover and step into with our truth of who we truly are. It's a time to trust that part, trust our intuition, grow it, know it, believe it to be true. There's so much information going on in the world around us. It's hard to know sometimes, but when we have that sense of self and trust, even if it feels a little vulnerable and raw, we can begin to tap into those deeper resources and build upon that for that confidence and that assurance of what is going on right now within our soul. The answers are deep within you. With all these cosmic forces, it's important to understand, where are those messages coming in? Who am I putting my attention to? What am I listening to? And that truly is where a spiritual practice comes into play. It can help you so many ways. Having the tools and techniques to focus, to build your ability to sit quietly, go within and find the answers. This can help you move through all of these changes. It is a time to wake up the spirit. So not sure how you can do that or where to begin even? If you want to learn how to start expanding your consciousness and create your spiritual practice, schedule a spiritual upgrade breakthrough call with me, and let's talk about where you are, what you're looking for, and how my private mentoring can help you begin to awaken to the dreams and to the shift of this new earth energy. I'll put the link in the show notes. Today's episode is also being brought to you by Expand. You're invited to join us in person or online June 7th for this amazing conference in Atlanta, Georgia. Expand, awaken your inner mystic. It brings knowledge and experience together. Prepare to be surprised and delighted as you immerse yourself in wisdom and hands-on practices and embark on a life-changing journey to transcend spiritual limits. This is how you can wake up your soul. I'll be a part of the storytelling panel, sharing my story through my collaboration with Freddie Silva's book, Portals, Energetic Doorways Through Mystical Experiences. So many amazing teachers will be there. Susan Giesman, Freddie Silva, Tricia McCannon, Lisa Barnett, to name a few. Join us. There is an early bird offering right now, and I will be sure to include that link as well. In today's episode, I wanted to talk about spiritual awakenings. Many people are experiencing these and not really sure what is happening. So, a spiritual awakening is a profound realization or shift in consciousness that allows you to perceive and understand from a different perspective. During a spiritual awakening, individuals experience various phenomena such as increased intuition, a sense of unity with the world, and a desire for personal growth and transformation. This process can be triggered by many things: trauma, loss, significant change, or even just a desire to manifest life in different ways. Ultimately, it's about waking up to a more authentic version of yourself and recognizing the spiritual aspects of existence. It can also be described as a Kundalini rising, which is an awakening of the dormant spiritual energy believed to reside at the base of the spine, many times often depicted as a snake rising up. In the yoga traditions, we talk about it that way. Sometimes it can be so profound. It can be just a huge awakening, and this Kundalini rises and you don't know what's going on, and you could have like palpitations or an awakening, or it could just be huge emotional releases, spiritual insights. You may experience lots of shifts in perception. You may get visions, hear voices, many things. While Kundalini awakenings, they can be really positive. However, if you're not sure of what's going on, it can be a little overwhelming. It can feel a little bit like an out-of-body experience. You may even feel a little crazy. So it really is essential to start exploring the path to recognize what's going on and to seek a teacher, because the mind can start to take over, question everything that's going on, lead you down a rabbit hole of information. And if you aren't prepared, very often you can call in lots of shadow energy, especially now with all these shifts in consciousness occurring. So it is important to learn how to work with this through practices like yoga, meditation, and breath work, guided by someone like myself, a spiritual teacher. Spiritual awakenings can happen in many ways. I know for me, it was due to a crisis. I was lost. I was unsure of what to do. I was wondering and searching for help. Talk therapy wasn't getting anywhere besides being heard and having someone to talk to, but it wasn't helping me to make any progress. I had no belief in myself. I had lost all confidence. I had 2 small children I had to take care of. I didn't know what to do until that one day I was finally guided to a spiritual teacher. That day was profound, and it's still within my memory. It was so amazing for me. I had a friend that told me she'd met some twins at a New Age shop in Roslyn, New York. She went to one twin and I went to the other for spiritual counseling. I didn't know what that meant, but I knew I needed help. We met. We talked about my life. She guided me with some breathing, and then she did some hands-on work. I left. I got back in my car. I remember sitting there just feeling so peaceful. And then I heard, "You're gonna be okay." That was the awakening. I had no idea what that was. It was so loud. I turned to look like, who's in my car? But that was my higher self, my spirit speaking to me. It was so profound. I said, whatever that is, I'm just going to follow that voice. I'm going to start working with Catherine. And I promised that my children were not just going to survive, they were going to thrive through this divorce that I was going through. That became my practice. So many times people will come from a trauma. They'll come from a crisis. And other times, it just happens. Sometimes it can be in a Kundalini yoga class. Sometimes it can just be in search of something and you start to feel this energy generating within you with no idea of what is going on. But there is a way to work through it and there is a way to get help. I know many people say, I think I'm crazy. Am I crazy? My friends think I'm crazy. And maybe you feel like that because it can be pretty profound. Spiritual awakenings are like that. And they do happen and they do occur for many, many reasons. And without the tools and techniques to help, it can be very frightening for many to have this kind of experience. And there are many various challenges and confusion that can come in for you. Emotional turmoil. It can feel like all these emotions, unprocessed past traumas, are all rising to the surface all at the same time. Feelings of anxiety, stress, sadness, overwhelm can all begin to surface at once. You can have an identity crisis, losing who you are, a sudden shift in beliefs and values. Who am I? You can wake up. I know I've had that feeling as well. Physical symptoms. You may have a lot of feelings of fatigues and headaches and changes in appetite, which can lead to lots of concern. Relationship changes. You may start to notice you and your partner just aren't on the same path anymore. And maybe either of you don't understand where that path is. Isolation. Lots of isolation going on right now. And some of it is due to this. We start to separate out. We feel we're isolated. No one understands us. And then we just keep pulling away from everyone around us. Heightened sensitivity. We can be very sensitive to sound, to noise, to color, to light. Our senses are opening. We can have confusion. We can have doubt about what we're doing. We can have disconnection from reality and thinking we're a little bit out there. Crazy even, but we're not. So searching for answers, finding teachers, going into a yoga class, learning to breathe, to meditate can help you in so many ways. Awareness and understanding of this spiritual process is so valuable right now. So much in the cosmos, so much expanded consciousness, so much galactic energy coming in. It is no doubt that many of us are going through this. And many times if we're not aware, we start to go down that wrong path. We start to listen to people we shouldn't. We start to just really tune in to messages that aren't serving. All the more reason to notice what you're noticed, to reach out, and to recognize when you feel this awakening coming in for you. It could be a great thing, but you might need some guidance to help you through. So what I'd like to do today is offer a meditation to help you ground. Very important that we ground in the body and then awaken this radiant flow of energy up and down this channel of light to help you move a little energy and feel that connection with your spirit and the greater spirit. So let's begin. Wherever you are, if you can, close your eyes. Taking a nice deep inhale, breathing up the body. And as you exhale, begin to call all your energy into you. Call it in. Inhale, expanding the breath up the body. And as you exhale, bringing that breath all the way down. Slowing down, centering. Inhale, expanding that breath up the body. And as you exhale, begin to align your energy, calling in the spiritual body to align right on top of the emotional, mental, physical layers, all centering, all lining. Taking a moment as we call in the sacred elements of life, lighting a little fire with some sage, noticing the smoke and calling in the element of air, clearing the mind, clearing the space, calling in the element of water to wash over us and through us, to surround us and open the heart with joy and love, calling in the element of earth, to ground and center. Taking another deep inhale, expanding the breath up the body. And as you exhale, coming right into the heart, right into the deepest part of your heart. Feel that connection with your spirit and the greater spirit. Know that you are loved, guided, protected. Feeling all this energy coming in around us as we call in our Reiki masters. We call in the angels to open our heart with joy and love. We call in the crystal beings for amusement and magnification. We call in our higher self right above the crown to help receive these messages and to align our energy for us. Taking another deep inhale and exhale, coming right here back into the heart. Taking a moment and just noticing how you feel. So I begin to send some Reiki energy out to you. Noticing your breath, noticing the mind, how busy, noticing the emotions, how are you feeling, noticing the physical body, the stress, the aches, the pains, and now noticing the spirit. Is it somewhere out there? Can you call it in and align? Imagine just like the roots of the tree coming out from the base of the spine. Imagine all the way down, grounding with Mother Earth, these roots. Feel yourself grounding right underneath you, Mother Earth. As we ground, we allow ourselves to be centered. Just like the trees sway in the wind, we can be flexible with life. Feel that grounding. And now as you're grounding, check back in, call in the spirit. Feel it coming into a line. And now we want to breathe right up from the earth, opening up through the spine, the breath. Move beyond the crown now, into the higher realms, up into the sky. And as you exhale, bring in that breath all the way down. Move beyond the base of the spine, the feet go deep into the earth. Inhale, breathing right back up from those roots, moving up through the spine, through the crown, into the higher realms. Exhale, calling in absolute light, streams of grace to open up this radiant light channel all the way down deep into the earth. Inhale, breathing all the way back up. Exhale all the way back down. We begin to feed this radiance up and down, moving energy. Any of that stuck energy begins to flow. So it doesn't become congested. Feel this vibration of light, of energy, of radiance up and down all the way. Continue breathing long, deep. Inhale. And a long, deep exhale. Over and over, breathing up the body. Exhale back down. Inhaling. And a longer, slower, deeper exhale all the way down. Allowing the breath to guide you as you expand the light body up and exhale back down. Holding this vibration of light. Continue breathing. As I recognize this message coming in for all of us, the Lumerians are telling me this is very important to open the radiance of your light. Right now there's lots of congestion going on, lots of contraction. So they're showing me, with the help of the crystal beings all around us, call them in, that we can expand this light all around us, not just up and down. They're showing me also all around, yes, through the aura, agreeing. Very important to learn to expand the energy body. The crystal beings are here to help us. Their knowledge is within those crystal beings, which have been placed in the earth. So feeling your feet on the earth, just like those tree roots breathing up, ask for guidance, breathing back down through these roots. It is a time to expand the consciousness, your consciousness. It is a time to be outside with Mother Earth, to notice her beautiful growth, which represents that growth within you. It is a time to get out of the old ways, to trust that inner guidance coming forward, to expand your consciousness, to grow your intuition, opening. They're pointing right to that third eye, like a beam of light coming right out of that third eye, illuminating your path. Don't stay stuck in the lower chakras. They're showing me the first, second, third chakras. They're bleeping red, orange, yellow. They want you to keep moving that energy all the way up, move it into the heart, opening up through the green. The green, the heart is opening, bringing all that energy up from the lower chakras, helping you to move the energy and then up through the higher blues and violets, all the way into the white light, higher and higher, exhaling back down. They're showing me how, as you open up and down, use your breath, connecting with Mother Earth, this energy will expand. You'll have better awareness and understanding. They're showing me like a light bulb, it will make more sense. This is the time to expand. Call in your guides. Feel that higher self receiving these messages. Know thyself to be true through this light, through this pure vibration of energy. Inhaling and exhaling, returning to the breath. Inhaling, breathing up the body. And a long, slow, deep belly breath all the way down. Feel that connection through the roots, your roots, deep into Mother Earth. Grounding, centering. They're showing me a beautiful golden light right at the navel center, protecting energy. Feet are grounded. Notice how you feel. Taking another deep inhale and exhale as we seal this in. Shokure, 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 all for the highest good. We start to bring the awareness back, exhaling all the way down, keeping that grounding for you. Feel that third eye illuminating. And as you're ready, blinking the eyes back open, coming back. So take a moment. Notice how you feel. Noticing is such a big part of all of this work. Do you feel connected to Mother Earth? Do you feel more expansive rather than feeling congestion, energy stuck? This is how you begin to work with a spiritual awakening, a kundalini rising. I like to call it the radiant light body. Notice. Notice for you how you can now begin to step forward. Leave the old energy behind. Create more abundance. Don't feel isolated. Renew your faith. Look up. Look to the stars. Call in your star people. They're there right now. And know you can let go of all that old drama, all that old mindset. It is a choice. Which will you feed? I choose the awakening. I choose to hold and vibrate and shine my light out. How about you? So reach out if you have questions. Schedule a spiritual call with me. Let's talk about where you are and how I can help through my mentoring programs. So much change going on. Don't think yourself crazy, really. Thanks again for listening. Be sure to leave me a review. It does help the podcast be found. I would greatly appreciate that. I am your host, Terry Ann Hyman, to your spirit. Namaste. Hey y'all, I have some new teachings coming up. Check out my website. It is time for shape shifting. Eliminate all that emotional eating as it's time to shed the layers, shed the clothes, and get outside.